There, it must bring back great memories, these traditional games, Collingwood and Melbourne.
Well, they were fantastic in the 50s and 60s, and then I think Carlton and Richmond may have taken over from the premier clash of the VFL, but it does bring back great memories, and they are two great rivals, no doubt.
Big crowds in those days, 50s and 60s here at the MCG, and two great coaches, Norm Smith and Fonz Kine.
And great admirers of each other, great friends, and that's why whilst we fought like madmen on the field, off the field it was very, very good, because both coaches, that's the way they wanted it. They didn't want any nastiness that may have happened continue on, so it was just fantastic.
And there's some great vision of the MCG as it was in your day. Some of the players that you played with and against, who do you remember?
Well, Brian Dixon, Bluey Adams, Big Bob Johnson, Clyde Laidlaw, Don Williams was a dashing halfback flanker. I remember playing one game here, this very same match, Queen's birthday, 99,000 people.
Unbelievable.
That's the best ever of any sporting event in Australia, apart from grand finals or Melbourne Cup, something like that.
And we just saw with that vision they had the spectators on the boundary line.
I think that was the grand final. I'm not sure of that.
Is there one grand final that you remember more than most?
Yeah, 1970.
We're talking about Melbourne and Collingwood.
I know.
70 was pretty good though. We could spend a bit of time talking about that one.
We could see it was Collingwood, but I think probably 55 I remember quite a bit, because I was, let me think, no, 57, I'm sorry. It was a final against not the grand final, against Collingwood, and I was vice captain, so it was some captaincy responsibility for the first time, and we did win, so that was a very, very good feeling. I used to take my vice captaincy and captaincy quite seriously. I felt that I should lead if I was elected a leader or chosen as a leader or whatever. So that was a great thrill to be part of a winning game under those conditions.
Yeah, and what about the modern game, Ron? What are your thoughts on it? I read a column a couple of weeks ago where you had quite a few dot points about what you think the game needed to be, how it could be changed, because there are aspects of today's game that you're not keen on.
Well, what a lot of people who say, just have a look at some of the good games today, Ron, there are plenty of them, and I agree with that. I mean, it's today's quite thrilling football, engrossing football, but imagine with these rules that I'm talking about, which all but one have been tried, by the way, so they're not as that they're out of the blue and just bloody stupid. Imagine how these players would be if they were able to show us their full gamut of their class.
Yeah.
That's the sort of point that I'm making. I mean, and then some people say, as though it's a rebuttal against what I'm talking about, they say, but Ron, if a team from your era, which is the 50s, 60s as a player, played today, you'd get thrashed. And I agree with that. We wouldn't know which way the ball went.
Moves so quickly, doesn't it?
It does. We'd be saying, what happened? I understand that. That's got nothing to do with the points that I'm making. For instance, if there are more high marking duels. Now, a high marking duel is something to see. No other game has it.
Yeah.
Now we hardly ever see them. And one of the reasons why you see marks being dropped here today, and nearly every match to a degree, is I don't think the players practice much under pressure of high marking. Do you know about that?
I don't think they do as much as they used to, Ron, no doubt about that. But
fear of injury, is it?
Probably on the training track. They don't want to lose them there.
Yeah.
Ron, it's been fantastic to have you with us. Enjoy the second half. Everyone at home, we'll be back very soon with the second half of this match, Collingwood and Melbourne.